Happy Friday, guys. How are y'all doing? So before we get started, what I wanted to talk to you today about, next week. Next week, I'm going to be pretty much out of commission. I'm going to have limited access to the internet, my phone, stuff like that. The only time I'll have internet is when I'm on the cruise ship itself. So during the day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I will not have any internet at all. Or any, be able to use my phone at all because I don't want to pay for those, international fees because I called US Cellular and for me and Chad, and it just covered Jamaica and Haiti. They don't even have a plan for the Bahamas. It was going to be $140. So I was like, forget that. So we're just not going to use our phone, like, while we're at the port. We have internet when we get on the ship, so that's all we need. With that being said, come here. If you have any questions, if you need help with anything, if you're like trying to place an order and you're stumped or whatever you may need, if you're trying to set up a new system to work your business, whatever it may be, come up here, ask your questions. I know nobody really does that. Everybody just kind of reaches out to me, but come up here and ask your questions. There's tons of girls that have been here short term or a long time, and they can help you out with anything you need. So just don't be afraid to come here and ask any questions that you need. This is what this page is for us to help each other out, for us to grow and for us to learn and make this business what we want it to be. And with that being said, making this business what you want it to be. If you want it to be a true business where you make money, where this is a steady income, whether it's a part-time income that you want, or if it's an income that you want to be full-time, you'll want to listen to this. If you're just looking to be a hobbyist or something like that, that's totally fine. But to grow your business and to make the money, you need to grow your team. That's where the money's at, is growing your team so you don't have to sell as much. Your team helps you make some of that money. So I did a training last Wednesday, and he kind of dug into who you are as a person. Like for me, my kind of story myself is I am a huge goal-oriented type person. I work towards goals. I want to achieve things. It doesn't matter what it can be. It can be the smallest or it can be the biggest. But if I put my mind to it, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to work and work and work until I finally achieve it. And of course, yes, sometimes we fail. Sometimes we don't always achieve it. But eventually we will achieve it. It may take a couple years. If it's a huge goal, it's probably going to take a few years. If it's a small goal, it's going to maybe not take as long, maybe a couple months. And I am a hardworking person. I work a full-time job. I do work from home, so I have some flexibility there. But I have always been a hardworking person. I had twins when I was 19 years old, and I have worked since day one. I have worked since I was probably 14 or 15, and I have always had a job, and I've always worked, and I've always worked towards the next step. I've never been content, and it's not with being satisfied or happy, because I am, but it's because I want more for myself. I want to achieve more. I always want more, not because I'm selfish or because I'm like, I gotta have more. Not because of that, because I'm always challenging myself of what I can do. I'm always pushing. I'm my biggest pusher to myself. I push myself harder than anybody else could ever push myself to get the things I want and to achieve the things I want to achieve. And I always want to see, what can I do next? Okay, I've accomplished this. What's next? What can I do next? And that's just the type of person I am. So with that being said, who you want on your team. And he was kind of saying, you want you. You is your best, you are your best customer. You are your best team member because you know what you want. You know what you're going to focus on. You know what you're going to work towards. So for me, he was telling me who I want on my team, who I want to be having these joint conversations with are hardworking women, maybe mothers. That's who I need to kind of direct my focus on. And in the famous words of Katie Johnson, love her to death, your vibe attracts your table. No, your tribe. I don't know where the table came from. I was thinking another one from Chastity. Build longer tables, not higher fences. That's a whole nother one. But your vibe attracts your tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So if you're energetic, if you are happy, if you're gun-ho, your people are going to be happy, gun-ho, ready to do it. If you are miserable and if you are unhappy and if you are dwelling in your own filth, then that's who your tribe is going to be. They're going to be miserable. They're going to be unhappy. They're going to be complaining, whatever it is. If you're a complainer, they're going to be a complainer. If you're want to find excuses for everything, they're going to find excuses for everything. So that's kind of how it goes. Your tribe, your vibe attracts your tribe. I totally slashed that all up. Sorry, Katie, I just ruined it for you. But your vibe attracts your tribe. So you need to figure out what your vibe you're giving off. And if you don't like your vibe giving off, if you don't want someone on your team acting the way you're acting, then you need to change your vibe. Mind blown. So let's see, I'm looking at my notes because I had made some notes. And lead by example. Lead by example. You need to show your team how you're working your business. You need to put things in place that's going to make your business run efficiently so you're not all over the place. If you're posting negativity in your page is going to bring negativity. So you need to post about your story in your life. Like my story is I joined Scentsy because I had been buying it and I didn't have a whole lot of money to buy Scentsy. So I was like, I'll just sign up and I can get my friends and family to place a $200 order every few months, and then I can get some free and half off stuff. And that's kind of what I did for a couple of years. And then I had a team member join, and then I was like, let's do this together. So we started pushing each other. Then about a year and a half ago, my company told me they were going to outsource my job, and I was going to be without a job. So I dug full force, and I completely gave Scentsy all I had because that was all I was going to have unless I found another job. And things weren't looking good with job hunting. Things were a lot less pay. I was going to have to go back into working in an office or doing whatever. And I did not want to go back into the public. I had made myself at home, and I was content with being home. And I did not want to go nowhere. But share your story. Share your life on social media. You need to share you. Let people know you. Let people know what you're about. And then in the mix of sharing your stories and sharing your life and things that are happening and things that you're doing, sprinkle Scentsy in there. Sprinkle Scentsy in there a little bit. And then a lot of your life and a little bit of Scentsy. And it will start picking up. And I have started doing that a lot more. Like I have started sharing a lot more things through stories. I share a lot through stories because I don't want to be posting I'm not there yet, posting all the time on my Facebook page, like just every little bit. I don't want to do that. So I post all the things that I think I should be posting and just kind of let people see inside my life of what I'm doing that day or what's going on. I do that through stories. It's gone within 24 hours. Some people see it, some people may not. But it's there, and then it'll be gone in 24 hours. So I sprinkle my life through my stories, and then on my Facebook post, my personal page, I post things that are going on in my life. I'll post certain specials that are hitting with Scentsy. That's all I really do on my personal page. And then my VIP, I share some of my life there that I'm not sharing on Facebook in general, like my normal Facebook page. I will share it in my VIP group along with my Scentsy stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. So, sprinkle Scentsy in along with your life. But you got to share your life. You've got to be relatable. People need to know who you are. They've got to be able to relate to you. And then when people start relating to you, they're going to start buying from you. They're going to start communicating with you more. And that kind of all goes back down to building your relationships with your customer. So I want to ask you, and I'd like for you to put it down in the comments, what your I help statement is. What is your I help statement? So initially, when I first did this training, my I help statement was I help working moms or women bring additional income into their life. Like a lot of people that I have been talking to and focusing on and working with and helping are women that either they're a stay-at-home mom or they don't have a job at all, or they're kind of not happy with where they're working at and they want to kind of get away, so they look towards Scentsy. And so I've been helping them, like, show them how Scentsy can help their life. And if if you're having your joint conversations and if you're having your host conversations, if you're having parties, I just last summer got to the part where I wanted to have 8 parties a month because I felt like that's what I needed to do in order to hit this incentive trip. And that's what I did. And by golly, gosh darn it, my mind is still, I can't believe it. I'm still mind blown that I have achieved it and I earned the incentive trip. It definitely took a lot of hard work. It definitely took a ton of conversations. And it definitely took a ton of partying. But I did it. I did it. And you can do the same way. You can do the same thing. You just got to ask people if they want to party. You need to get you a calendar. I'm not going to drag mine out. You have to get you a calendar and you need to set up. But if you're seasoned and you've been in here for a long time and you know how party works and you're comfortable, then yeah, sure. Maybe your goal is to have a party once a week. Maybe 2 is just too much for you. And when I do my parties, they're mostly on Facebook. But maybe you just want to do your weekly party. If you are just now starting out and you are brand new and the word partying and having a Facebook party, it stresses you out a little bit and makes you anxious, then I suggest having 1 party a month. Once you have that 1 party a month and you get the hang of it, you'll increase it to 2 parties a month. And then maybe 3 parties a month. The more comfortable you get, the more you'll feel better of having more parties. So that's just kind of how I wanted to talk to you guys about. We had the training Wednesday about the being more transformational than, I don't know what that saying is. I should have wrote that down. I can't remember. But for our content, the training was for our content of how we're sharing our content, because if we're constantly, if somebody comes to our Facebook page and all they see is Cincy, they're just going to be like, oh, whatever. I ain't studying her no more. So we've got to share our life. We need to share our life. We need to be relatable. People need to be able to relate to us. Well, guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope that this makes you sit back and think who you want on your team. Who do you want to be working with? And who you are as a person. Because who you want on your team and who you want to be working with is you. You want all of you on your team. I want all hardworking mamas, nanas. Now that I'm a new nana, but just hardworking women is who I want on my team. Hardworking women. And maybe if you're a stay-at-home mom, you want to focus on stay-at-home moms. Maybe you are older and you don't want to have to go into work no more and you just want to work from home and you want it to be a full-time job, then that's who you need to focus on. People that want to get out of a situation, Cincy can help them get out of the situation that they're in. But it is not easy. It is not easy to make Cincy a full-time job if you are, like, if you have a certain income that you need in a year, say $20,000, $30,000. It is not easy. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to put in the work. You are going to have to build a team, and you are going to have to have parties in order to do that. So if you're in your mind, if you just want to make a few $1,000s a year or something, then by golly, sit back and just do what you want to do. But if you want to make thousands a month, you're going to have to work it. You're going to have to work it. It's not going to be easy. Easy things, I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this. Good things don't come easily. Maybe that's a good one. I don't know. You have to work hard for the things you want in your life. It's not going to just come to you and fall in your lap. You're going to have to work for it. So I'm going to leave you with that, guys. I will not be on next Friday. I have scheduled a training video from someone else that will post on Friday. So please just make sure you listen to that. And if you have any questions, if you need any help, just please let me know. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and a great week next week. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.